Melisandre, of course, not really a red priest initially, right? She is a Shadowbinder who becomes a red priest. How did that happen? Well, we get from her chapters a lot of stuff about her not needing to eat and about being heated from an internal fire and having to pretend to be cold and wear clothing and all that stuff and being very, very old. I think she's already been resurrected by the powers of R'hllor. I think she's already a fire wight and has been for centuries. I think she's very, very old corpse. And it's possible that she'll pass her flame onto Jon Snow. I think that she was probably a Shadowbinder from Asshai who died and was resurrected back when the magic worked. Now, so many things to unpack, and I don't know how much I'm going to use. I'm just going to go through it real quick. More theories? Right. So, is R'hllor an active player? Does R'hllor actually exist in that power? Not to me. I don't think so. I think that the Faceless Men are right. All gods are death. All powers are death. And that different cultures, different regions have different names for death and have different faces for it. And they paint it as different gods. The drowned god, the old gods, the other, R'hllor, the stranger of the seven, the black goat of Qohor, all of these different gods. And they're all just death, right? And so when you think about it, what does that mean? If there's only one power, what is this duality? Is it really just one power working to cleanse the entire planet of life? I think so. I think that's accurate. I don't think that R'hllor is here to save anybody. I think, well, we'll get into that now. George R.R. Martin gave an interview where he described R'hllorites as being a dualistic religion in the vein of Zoroastrianism and the Cathars, which was a Catholic heresy. He said he took a lot of imagery from the Zoroastrians, the whole fire thing, but the Cathars are really more what they were about. Now, the Cathars, if I'm not mistaken, and if I am, I'm going to edit this part out, held that while your soul was made by God, the earth and your body was made by the devil to imprison your soul and keep you from God, and that the only way to rejoin God was to die, that there's nothing good about this world. And if the followers of R'hllor are like the Cathars, the Lord of, well, they never call him the Lord of Life, do they? They call him the Lord of Light. They have no intent in preserving life. They have the intent, I suspect, secretly, of releasing us all from this mortal coil through the purifying flames of R'hllor. Certainly the dragons have no interest in saving anything, and those seem to be the most active agents of R'hllor. They are living nuclear firebombs. They can't even be in the same room with them. The show, I think, kind of misses that. They're so hot that Daenerys describes getting blisters, if I'm not mistaken, from riding Drogo. The flesh is so hot. When a man in the pit stabs Drogo in the neck with a spear, what comes out isn't blood, but molten, burning death that melts the sand into glass and obliterates him. They are fire-made flesh. They are not flesh that produces fire. They are magical creatures in every sense of the word. And I think that he's on the record of saying that they're kind of a stand-in for nuclear warfare. I don't put my faith in dragons saving us. I also really hope that there is no ice dragon in the book, because that really burned my britches up. I thought that was dumb stuff.